All right, hello everybody. In case this is the first time you're here, which it shouldn't be because it's game three, games one and game two are already posted. In case this is your first time coming around, this is game three of the Brazil Grand Finals for this year's World Clash. It is the first and only currently World Clash, but I'm saying this in case in the future they do another one, like next year or the year after. This is TPR versus Work in Silence. Once again, this is game three. TPR, I'm pretty sure that's actually just their name now. I said this earlier on in earlier casts. I couldn't find what TPR stands for, but on their Twitter and on the leaderboards and everything, it just says that they're TPR, so I'm just gonna go with that. This is the second time that we've seen both teams ban choke, which I still don't quite understand. But here's my guessing on it. Offense says this is the best card here, but they don't want that card. They want here Explosion Specialist. So they say we're gonna also ban choke, even though we know that defense is gonna ban choke. Because we don't want to be forced to pick it ourselves. We want Explosion Specialist, but if choke is on the table, we'll just be forced to pick it up because it's the best card there. That's how I see it. Defense picking up Battle Harden as just, hey, that's their... I'm gonna be honest, it's a lot. I would much rather be on the offense right now, taking no damage from any explosive. We'll see how the util gets used. I expect heavy util coming out on both sides. It is very easy to dump into mid pushes on the defensive side of this map because on A site, on mid, and on B site, they have open ceilings to dump mid, as you see. The Nitro playing on B, being able to shoot mid as well. Re-smoking off does the offense. Here comes the fraggers for the offense, the Axon and the Corona. Both you would imagine being the entry point going on to B right now. Almost a great nade. That could have done a lot of damage. Still very healthy on the offense. A Pathogen coming out on that offense, possibly assuming that they're gonna gone with a really nice shot. Possibly assuming that they're gonna get util dumped a lot, and therefore they're gonna get extra healing. Gone gets 2. PBS tries to trade. Rhythm gets the third for the defensive side. Rhythm and Gone trying to close out this entire round by themselves. Gone, can he get the 4K? About to get in the last 1v1. Not the last 1v1 for the round. I called it too early. Rhythm gets the last one very close to making it a possible 1v2, but even then it would have been hard. So yeah, I can see why Pathogen gets picked up on the offense, assuming that they're going to get util dumped. Neither on the defense. Nitro coming out on both sides. So the offense wants a Axon and a Corona being their forefront, their vanguard of sorts. And be going into sites trying to get entry. I'm surprised they're not taking a Dex themselves. Although, giving up either a Corona or an Axon, maybe they just want those two. Axon provides some insane utility, which just makes sense. Maybe it's comfort that they don't want a Dex. And the other slots in the form of Circuit, Pathogen, and Nitro seem very hardwired. Although maybe not Nitro. Here's the thing: it's just Nitro's never bad. Nitro has been a mainstay in this entire series, and the last series that I casted for the Dock region. Both grand finals, all six of these games, they love it. Let's see what these lineups got. Gone, not shooting the head glitch. I'm pretty sure, yeah, that this lineup, him jump shooting it, I think it's going over the building. Yeah, it's not hitting the head glitch that the offense side can jump onto. Work in Silence on the defense, because they won the last round, they started with 8 shard cards to the offensive 5. So they have 5 points into King Eggs. Offense have 5 points into Hard Rain, but they have a whole extra 3 points to invest in the future, trying to really just... They have a lead now, they're trying to make a lead eco-wise into the future rounds. Unfortunately, it was a 5v3 at one point, slightly trying to get equalized here, making a 4. Zayn goes down, but Zayn goes down already doing his job, which is to make an entry. And TPR, despite being down 3 shard cards in eco, very much set to win the round. 2 defenders trying to push to the same point. Ifs is the first point of contact. He knows where both they are, got the info, they're both blinking health bars, and I don't think Ifs did even a point of damage. Maybe his nade hit, but the thing is, he didn't need to. All he needed to do, he was doing exactly what he needed to do, which is peek in the corner, getting the information, being first point of contact, pre-firing. He didn't hit, I don't think he really even hit anything on the pre-fire, but that's not what you need to do. What you need to do is get that information for your team, and he does that just fine. Such is the life of an entry fragger, yeah. On the defense side now, Nitro as always, what's new? Axon, good util dump on this map. Cirquet as well. Both Cirquets, I believe, are playing towards mid to start the rounds. Towards start of that round, I can imagine, but they can play towards the sites really well as well because they're slowing smoke, especially on the defense. Can block off just the whole offensive push for a while unless they want to push through that. Weapon Morph does not go through this time. We've only seen Weapon Morph go through one time. A single time in the past 6 games I've casted. We'll see how the offensive Nitro gets utilized. Looks like just flank coverage. We'll see what she does with the other sentry. Just another flank coverage. Okay. Sometimes you can see Nitros place their stuff aggressively to try and get information. Heavy B side here. All 5 members. 1 Nitro playing mid. That's probably why they were using flank coverage. Here comes a util dump. Damage going through. Mito low, but she gets the information. She gets the information that she just got 4 people dumped onto her in sight. Rhythm also sees the same. Tries to trade out util. All 8 remaining players already rotated to this side of the map. Here comes util. Oh, the nade spam is gonna hurt so much for TPR. PVS dies with the ball sniper. Man, I think they just... PVS just likes that sniper so much. I think his team just drops it for him. He just has insane comfortability on that thing. And he has made some great pushes both on offensive and defense with it. He's not afraid to use that thing like an SMG. He'll jump over the railing on Yggdrasil to get a flank on you with the mini sniper. If this is your first time watching, remember, or please note that TPR is in blue and Work in Silence is in red, despite the fact that the former is on offense and the latter is on defense. The colors are assigned to the teams. If you're annoyed by me saying that, that's because you've seen my other 5 casts, but it's confusing to some. It was confusing to some people in the live Twitch streams of these games in other languages, and therefore it might be confusing to other people. Do we see any roster changes? By rosters, I mean Lancer changes. Believe not. Bomb starts off towards the A site this time. I don't believe we've seen any A main pushes. The only A pushes we've seen 2 of them were from mid. Which makes sense, you want that extra map control. Typical offensive smoke that they've been throwing every single round. Corona and Axon going towards B crates once again. Nash eats one to the face. Luckily they got a pathogen on offense. Working out wonders for them. Ifs with his own nade spam. Cirquet with the counter util. Origin detection on TPR would do very well against a Nitro. I mean, if they ever destroy one of Gon's mini or his own piece of the util. Offense taking it very slow. They cut. So they've had nothing but fast pushes the last 3 rounds. Now they take it slow, cut noise, and slowly working their way B. Comes a few Axon nades trying to make themselves known. And is this the rotate? Gon tries to he's gonna catch him out here. Gets one with his double. Loses his double, but definitely worth the trade. Here comes the assault onto A. There's 3 defenders on B. They did over rotate, or rather the bait worked. PVS only needs 130 and gets that 130 damage to get the kill, knowing that the double is down. Defense working their way to retake site, coming from 2 sides. Much better only coming through 1. Rhythm gets the information from the damage where Nesh is playing. Unfortunately, his teammate goes down, but it doesn't matter. He gets 1. Gets the information on another. Tries to get a second. Does get it with the second with the teammate. Pushes through, pressuring, and gets the last. He played that well. Just was unpunished on his quick peaks. It is hard to punish Axe on his peaks, so just getting information on the, well, offense, now the defense, defending the bomb that they planted. No change in the lineup. 10 shard points to 8 is work in silence. Last round and a half, no need to save anything. You can't take it with you. Okay, so finally we see something where I personally enjoy, right? Offense takes up a shield rod, not taking the throw to plant yet. Saves throw the plant to pick it up on the second half of their the second part of their picks, we'll say. Their pick choose. Because they know defense won't grab it themselves. They don't need to prioritize grabbing it on the first round or the first go through. Never mind. Everything I just said goes out the window. Work in silence picks it up to deny it from the offense. Makes complete sense. So TPR picks up a painful motivation instead. Did they not have the points? They had 8.9 points to work with, right? So they could have grabbed a shield rod and then into a painful motive. Oh, or into a throw the plant, but they just value the painful motive. It is good. It got buffed recently, by the way. Remember that. It's gone. Loses his double already. Gets the information, but doesn't get and some damage, but doesn't get much value other than that. TPR replenishing their shield, their overshields right now. They refuel the smoke on the offensive side towards mid. Util dump towards B crates, gives them control of it. Defense concedes control of it. Here comes a circuit drone for more information. Sees that the front of the site is clear. A sonar. Oh no. It just had. I was like, was that a sonar? No, it had the same. The shield rod has the same like noise, I believe, as a sonar dropping down her sensor. Absolute bloodbath, 3v3 right now. Blinking health bar in PBS starts the plant in the open. That might be bad. Oh no, 2v2 now. And final 1v1 for the round. Zayn about to meet Dizen, same HP. Gets Call of Duty timing, turns around and gets shot in the back. Is how you lose the round. That's unfortunate. Oh no. As we go into the side switch, that's gotta be demoralizing as you're going into the side switch. 4-1 down 2-0 in this series. Work in silence. True round wins from taking the third game and this whole series. Piercing bullets and invisible traps being banned. I assume invisible traps being banned on offense. Yes, it is. Piercing bullet, insane on this map. Very few times we see muscle weakness go through, but it is now just because of the priority given to the other two. Quick reload, also a priority, but quick reload probably not going to get taken because full firepower is literally just a better quick reload. If full firepower wasn't on the table, I assume quick reload or melon rinds would get picked up by the defense. Piercing bullet on this map on the A site, there's literally only 2 very sprayable walls that stop the offense from having free reign onto the site. Piercing bullet on the offense or defense on that site just gives you control of that entire area. So it makes rightful sense that it gets banned out. We'll see a wall spot from PVS using in your ranked games, I guess. Gets the information with the drone. Great flash by a defense squad. Hits them all. So now we have a Dex and an Axon rather than a Dex and a Chrono working their way up to B crates. Gets 2 for themselves on the entry. No trade backs. Does work in silence. Their offense is going insane. Brennan working up with the Vector. Sprays them down. Turns it 3v4. Evens it out, actually. Brennan with his Vector with full firepower. Shows how possibly slept on that weapon is. It is a very good weapon if you can, like, but its drawback is that if you miss your shots, you can just get yourself killed sometimes because, well, it has a low magazine. Except, unless, of course, you land your shots or you have quick reload or full firepower. Changing the rules. Okay, so this was a 5v3 in favor of the offense. Now it's a... It turned from a 5v3 in favor of the offense. Brennan made it a 3v3, then to a 3v2 with the help of his teammate. Unfortunately, Rhythm closes out the with a triple. 1 gets 2, L3. One more headshot on him, and he would have died. That round came down to the last bullet. And that's unfortunate. They didn't even all line up for him. He just hit the shots. I think Chu did line up for him. My bad. Bulletproof Design probably gets banned. I imagine Phantom B-Site might get banned. Oh, Morale Booster. See, here's what I always think on the, when I see something that relies on being planted, like, the one that reveals everybody around, when you plant the converter, or Morale Booster, there's one that heals all your allies or refreshes all their skills. Oh, that is the one I'm thinking about. There's another one. One that consumes all the traps around it. The thing is, sometimes the hard part is getting the converter planted in the first place. Well, not that Work in Silence had a problem that last round. This is a match, series, game, point, all the points. Every point you can think of. Everything is on the line. And you know what? Work in Silence, I saw that. They saved 3.8 shards. Or they saved if I'm wrong and I saw that wrong, whatever. They saved shard points, I'm pretty sure, at the end of the round. They're not even using all their shard points. They're saying, TPR, you need to spend all your points because your tournament life is on the line right now. But ours isn't. Obviously, we're trying to push it. So, if you win this round, great. We have more shard points than you go into the next round to win the next round in. So they're playing that very smartly, the eco game. The mid smoke gets refreshed by the offensive team. Here it comes. Yes, there it is. The offensive Corona in the form of Mito was lining up, saving the second smoke, waiting for the Circuit utility to be gone. Gone. Speaking of which, pushes up, tries to get one, loses his double, doesn't get any damage, but gets the info, pushes them out. Offense hasn't really taken any extra map control that they haven't already been afforded. The Phantom B side from TPR, they only have PVS playing on B, anchoring it. Here comes the push. Offensive Corona pushes through, gets trades. That's all you want as a entry fragger. You want to get them trades, get your team the map control. 3v2, TPR trying to save themselves, looking good here. See, Work in Silence, this is one of the few rounds this entire series that a team doesn't have Nitro. Work in Silence says no Nitro, instead they're going to run a Dex, an Axon, and a Corona. Oh no, this insane scan is going to give him away, and Work in Silence goes 3-0 in this series in terms of games. Winner for the Brazil region Grand Finals. GG everybody. See you all next time.